Raj Kaza, Shivakumar Venkateshwaran, Sabita Nehra, Swapna Anand, Arirta Sarkar, Soumya Singh, Mohit Dua, Anshul Sadaria, and Abhijit Mutwa.
Are we ready? Good evening, everybody. And I know we probably are the last panel of the day, and it's been a long day for all of us. So we'll try and make it as crisp as we can, and also hopefully, for those of us who are spending their time here listening to us, we'll give you something of value to take away. Today we are talking about mindful tech and leveraging InfoSphere for holistic HR solutions. So we want to just unpack this a little bit, right? I mean, when we first heard about this topic, all of us were like, oh, what is this InfoSphere? What is mindful tech? Everybody thought, all the speakers so far talked about mindfulness and it was about people. Now they're suddenly saying mindfulness for tech. So what does this mean? What does it mean to us? What's InfoSphere? And how is that going to impact us as HR professionals and folks? And we have a very interesting composition of the panel today. The four of our speakers, of our contributors to this discussion, two of them are career HR people who have come from varied backgrounds, and two of them are software engineers, incidentally, working in software companies. So, and we're talking about mindful tech and InfoSphere here. So we want to unpack this a bit. So I want to start by saying that all of us live lives currently where we are inundated with data which we have personally signed up for and asked for, and data which just comes into our systems, phones, tools, whatever we use, and unwanted data. And that can be coming from all the online and offline sources, right? So similar is the life of employee in the organization, and more similar is the life of HR people within the organization. They have data coming from old ERP systems, they have data coming from online tools, they have data coming from standalone products that were bought by CIOs and CTOs at various different types. They are inundated with data which is coming from, of course, their WhatsApp emails. They are also inundated with offline data, water cooler conversations, perceptions, opinions that they are carrying, that they get to hear from various sources. So very similar, our individual lives in society today and HR people's life in the company seem to have some parallels. So what we're wanting to do is, it is in this context that we want to talk to you about and share some of our experiences about three key concepts. Even if we forget everything that we are talking about, what we as a panel want you to do is take away three key things. One, what is mindful tech? What does it mean? Right? Number two, InfoSphere, a concept that probably is very popular and has been in vogue for many years now, but HR folks are seeing it for the first time, and probably this is a new concept that's coming, and we will ask one of the panelists to unpack that for us and help us understand what that means. And the third part that we want you to take away is, how do you bring these two, mindful tech and InfoSphere, to build holistic HR solutions which solve human problems at work? Yeah, so that's essentially what we have. As you can see, we have exciting generational representation here as well as skill representation in front of you. So, and we are hoping that they will share their successes. We will end this very quickly by asking each one of them to predict what they think is the next step in terms of InfoSphere and HR solutions, and what is the path forward for us. So with that, I'll first start with unpacking question number one, or the concept number one, which is, what is mindful tech? So Shiva, if I can request you to tell us and help us, what's mindful tech according to you?
Thanks, Raj. I know it's a fag end of the day when talking about mindfulness, people hopefully will be mindful. So let me start by what the Webster defines mindfulness: the practice of maintaining a non-judgmental state of heightened or complete awareness of one's thoughts, emotions, or experiences on a moment-to-moment basis. and how we can define mindful technology. It says, knowing what you're doing with technology and why you're doing it. I think that's a big challenge. That's something which we are today looking at. Knowing what you're doing with technology and why you're doing it. Many of us